My name's Paul, and I'm working as an IT consultant, specifically in the field of architecture. I've worked in the architectural field for over 33 years, and I currently now am self-employed. Yeah, Malwarebytes is something that I have used and still continue to use, and basically is used to protect my computers from being attacked by viruses. And I've used it for over 3+ years for Malwarebytes. As for Webroot, I've used it at my previous company, where the computer consultant advised us to use that software to protect us from web pages and websites from being attacked through that direction. And I've used that for over 2 years. One major factor is, of course, I'm no longer with that company. But the other factor really is that Malwarebytes seems to do a lot more protection than just web pages and websites. And although I think Webroot is less intrusive because it really only hooks onto a web browser, but I think to be able to be protected for more than just websites is more important for me. I would say the most favorite feature for Malwarebytes is really to be able to scan the computer in the background. And it really does a good job of that without me having to interfere or do anything and run it. It kind of does it automatically on its own. If it finds anything, it'll tell me. Otherwise, it'll say, just give me an alert saying that's completed scanning. That's my favorite feature for Malwarebytes. As for my least favorite feature of Malwarebytes is that there will be times when it doesn't upgrade and it just wipes everything out. And I would have to uninstall it completely and reinstall it. I don't know why it does that, but it does that once every so often. So it will be a bad update. As for Webroot, I would say the least favorite for Webroot would be that because it is installed really to protect web browsing, you would have to, as an end user, have to enable that as an extension. So when you install the product, you have to open the browser and enable or allow it to run. If you choose, no, I don't want to run this, then you have no protection whatsoever. What I like about Webroot is that it's really in the background. There's no interference. It's just done with, as long as you have the extension running, you can run it on any browser, which supports the extension. And it's really doing a good job when I hit websites, which really could be dangerous, and it'll warn me. So I like that about Webroot. I would say for ease of use, Webroot really is simple because there's no real interface. It's just an extension that adds on to the browser. And like I said, it's just running in the background, really very simple to install. Whereas with Malwarebytes, because there's just so much more to the product, you could open obviously an interface to access all the different features, which majority of features I don't use. So I would say in that sense, it gets a little complicated. But if you really want more protection and all those other features, then Malwarebytes is really the way to go. Yeah, that is a loaded question. And as I mentioned, it really depends on what you're looking for. Because if you're only looking for protection from going to different web pages and different websites without doing anything else, so without having to explore all the other features that you want protections on, then Webroot is really the way to go, and it's probably a cheaper product anyways. But if you need that extra level of protection, so it's not just websites, but anything else that you could be attacked in the background through the internet, then obviously Malwarebytes would be the way to go.